I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, everyone. Okay, first order of business here is approve and execute the minutes for the meeting of June 3rd of 2014. Motion.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Commissioner Rear?
Aye.
Aye, motion approved. The second is going to be financials with Heidi. How are you?
Financials today, we have an appropriation transfer from the contingency account to return appropriations to the clerk of court's office and the building department for reimbursements that were deposited into the general fund. Cash transfer out of the general fund for engineering fees not covered by the grant contract for the fiscal year 2014 Ohio Airport Grant Program number 1403 for the Airport Authority. Contract for Toma Technologies for the upgrade to compact logic controller systems for the McFarland wastewater treatment plant in the amount of $29,974.82. Travel request for the dog warden's office. Payment to Logos Communication for Catalyst IP services and black box hardware equipment for the ADP department totaling $23,650.11. Payment to InterSource Corporation for the wireless controller upgrade for the ADP department in the amount of $18,750. Payment to Northwoods Consulting Partnerships for an annual maintenance renewal fee for the Department of Job and Family Services software program in the amount of $29,102.51. Payments to S3 Incorporated for desktop maintenance and developer network license for the auditor's office GIS software program totaling $20,936.80. And a payment to Gottschalk Building Company for pay request number 8 to the Board of DVIC FDD downsizing project in the amount of $77,776.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Commissioner Rear?
Aye.
Commissioner Spillier?
Aye, motion approved. Okay, we've got the County Airport Authority. Or, I'm sorry,
No.
maintenance. Sorry to jump ahead of you there, Glenn.
Aye.
I'm used to it. Well, he found a better job, so he's gonna take that. So we're gonna resend
A
and,
better job?
yeah.
Is that possible?
Not likely, but,
Yeah.
so we're gonna resend it and then we'll try to do something else.
Okay, quick read number 3.
The maintenance department is requesting the board rescind a motion from June 3rd, 2014 that read approve hiring Nicholas Miller to the position of summer help number 0101 at a rate of $8.25 per hour to be effective June 8, 2014 through September 30th, 2014 for up to 21 weeks, maximum 840 hours.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Commissioner Rear?
Aye.
Commissioner Spillier?
Aye, motion approved. Thanks.
Good.
Thank you.
Okay, now Patty from the airport. How are you?
I am good. How about
Good.
yourself? Today is just some minor housekeeping. FAA has always had trouble keeping up with all the entities that take grants, and they all close their fiscal year out the end of December. So FAA's fiscal year is now closing out on the 30th of September. So what they have asked for is their standard forms, financial forms, for both grants that we had last year, 1512 and 1613, to have an accounting of them specifically for September 30th. So those are items 4 and 5, and then item 6 is also a similar thing. It's their standard form 425, which itemizes both reports together for, again, the end of September 2013. Housekeeping.
Okay.
We do all three of those
Yeah.
together?
Yep.
The Geauga County Airport Authority is requesting the board approve and authorize the president of the board to execute the outlay report and request for construction programs for FAA project AIP 339-0054-1512, rehabilitate terminal apron, concrete phase 2, and improve airport drainage for the period ending September 30th, 2013. The Geauga County Airport Authority is requesting the board approve and authorize the president of the board to execute the outlay report and request for construction programs for FAA project AIP 339-0054-1613, improve airport drainage main apron for the period ending September 30th, 2013. The Geauga County Airport Authority is requesting the board approve and authorize the president of the board to execute the federal financial report for FAA Project AIP 33900541512 and FAA Project AIP 33900541613 as the projects have been completed and are closed out.
Make the motion for 4, 5, and 6.
Second.
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Spudler?
Aye.
That was a mouthful.
Alrighty.
Lots of numbers.
Thank you.
Okay, the Office of Community Economic Development.
Good morning.
Hey, Phil.
Aye.
These are replace the ones that we gave you previously. You can throw the other ones away. You
Okay.
have new information for the state, so we can get the booklets.
Thank you.
Oh, wait a minute, I gave you mine.
Get one?
I
And then
didn't
the other
know.
one.
I was waiting for the third version.
No, hopefully we won't be
Oh,
there.
okay.
That's fine. Number 7 today is to approve and execute the three-party contract between the commissioners and the Fairgrounds and Infinity Paving for the paving project under BF-13.
Okay, if we could read that one.
The Office of Community and Economic Development is requesting the board approve and execute a three-party contract between the Geauga County Board of Commissioners, the Geauga County Agricultural Society, and Infinity Paving Company for the Geauga County Fairgrounds Sidewalk and Parking Facilities Improvement Project under grant number B-F-13-1AZ-1 in the amount of $79,830.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Spudler?
Aye. Motion approved.
And the next one is for the notice to proceed for Infinity Paving for the contract that was just signed.
Okay, we could read that.
The Office of Community and Economic Development is requesting the board approve and authorize the president of the board to execute a notice to proceed for an Infinity Paving Company for the Geauga County Fairgrounds Sidewalk and Parking Facilities Improvement Project under grant number B-F-13-1AZ-1.
Make the motion.
Second.
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Spudler?
Second. All right. Aye. Motion stands approved. And that'll be done before the fair, you think?
Oh, yeah.
I think, yeah, you just sign it, right?
It's just the same with this one.
Okay.
The last one is notice of commencement. This is to protect the commissioners against any misdemeanor claims. Just has the payment we do it, and it'll be recorded in the recorder's office as well.
Bless you.
Sure.
Okay, if we could read that one.
The Office of Community and Economic Development is requesting the board approve and authorize the president of the board to execute a notice of commencement for the Geauga County Fairgrounds Sidewalk and Parking Facilities Improvement Project under grant number B-F-13-1AZ-1.
Make that motion.
Second.
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Spudler?
Aye. Motion approved. Thank you.
Thank you.
We still have a little bit before the hearing, so I don't know.
Well, yeah, we'll take care of a few more. The county engineer's office,
We can skip down
Going down
to
there.
number 13.
you want to go to 13?
Yeah,
Okay.
11
Yep.
and 12 are connected to the.
Okay,
10, 11, and 12 are all together, right?
Yes.
yeah. Do you want to do your other part, Joe's?
Yeah, we could do that.
Like number 14 then, or 13, right?
Yeah, I have it was 13, 14,
Okay.
16, if that's.
Yeah,
Hasn't
that
been
sounds-
revised. Hasn't been
It
revised?
goes all the way down to
Okay.
18, so
Oh,
there's a
do I
new
have
one.
to- okay, I don't have
There's a
the-
new one on the
Is
thing,
this
so,
new?
yeah.
Okay. I'm assuming the first two are the easements, Christine?
Nope.
No?
No,
Slid something in front.
they're gonna do rescind your motion and then do the new one to re-advertise.
Okay, okay.
13.
So you want me to jump to 13? Okay. Yeah, we're just asking for the commissioners to rescind the motion to advertise for our addition to our building and change that date just for a week. The architect needed another week to make the final changes to the roof structure and some of the things that he was changing to save some cost. He thought he could make that deadline, but it's getting too close and we don't want it to go out 100%.
Okay.
So this really just adds a week.
Okay.
But, so we're asking for that. And then to re-advertise, it's item 14 there. So,
Okay. So why don't we read then 13 and 14 together?
The county engineer's office is requesting the board rescind the motion from June 3rd, 2014 that read grant permission to advertise for bids for the new Geauga County Engineer's Office building to be held on Wednesday, June 25th, 2014 at 3:00 p.m. Notice of this bid opening will be advertised on June 10th, 2014, June 17th, 2014 on the county website. The county engineer's office is requesting the board grant permission to re-advertise for bids for the new Geauga County Engineers Office building to be held on Wednesday, July 2nd, 2014 at 2 o'clock p.m. Notice of this bid opening will be advertised on June 17, 2014, June 24, 2014, and on the county website.
I'll make those motions.
Second.
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Spillier?
Aye. Both approved.
Okay, items 15 and 16 are both easements over at the intersection of Auburn and 87. These are related to the work going in for widening that the state's doing and so forth, that we partnered with them in Newberry Township in order to get some turning lanes in there to alleviate the traffic. And these were just a couple of easements that were needed, and one of them is with Panzeca, which is Newberry Center Limited Liability Corporation, and then Newberry Township trustees owns the two opposite corners.
Right, it's northeast corner of Panzeca and the southwest corner for Newberry.
Correct, and they were both just for $1. They're both very agreeable to it. Looking forward to the project, so that was pretty easy.
Okay, so if we want to do 15 and 16.
The county engineer's office is requesting the board accept and execute the easement for highway purposes between the Geauga County Board of Commissioners and Newberry Center LLC, parcel number 23308,900, for the improvement to the intersection of Kinsman Road and Auburn Road in Newberry Township in the amount of $1. The county engineer's office is requesting the board accept and execute the easement for highway purposes between the Geauga County Board of Commissioners and the Newberry Township Board of Trustees, parcel number 23707,924, for the improvement to the intersection of Kinsman Road and Auburn Road in Newberry Township in the amount of $1.
Make those motions.
Second.
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Spillier?
Aye. Motion's approved. 17, Joe.
17 and 18, we're asking to grant permission to advertise for bids for the first one is Bainbridge Road. That'd be all of Bainbridge Road, which is about 5.62 miles, and then Pettibone Road, which is all of Pettibone Road in Geauga County, 2.71 miles. Those are just resurfacing jobs, traffic to be maintained. And I believe Bainbridge Road's estimate is 1.19 million, and Pettibone is 685,000.
And how many miles is Pettibone?
Pettibone's 2.71. Yeah.
Okay.
In fact, the only part of Bainbridge Road that's not getting done on this is what the state did when they changed the intersection down by, well, I was gonna say Kmart, but.
Right. You see.
But, yeah, both sections, and then even the west section.
Okay.
Jump across and go. So, yep, we're just asking to advertise those and get those out. Get
Okay.
moving.
So 17 and 18.
The county engineer's office is requesting the board grant permission to advertise for bids for the asphalt resurfacing of the Bainbridge Road, CH11, sections A through G in Auburn and Bainbridge Townships, to be held Thursday, July 3rd, 2014 at 2 o'clock p.m. Notice of this bid opening will be advertised on June 12, 2014, June 19, 2014, June 26, 2014, and on the county website. The county engineer's office is requesting the board grant permission to advertise for bids for the asphalt resurfacing of Pettibone Road, CH 607, sections A through D, in Bainbridge Township, to be held Thursday, July 3rd, 2014, at 2:05 p.m. Notice of this bid opening will be advertised on June 12, 2014, June 19, 2014, June 26, 2014, and on the county website.
I'll make those motions.
Second.
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Spillier?
Aye. Both approved.
Takes us
Time for a hearing.
Time for the hearing. You had it done. All of that in 5 minutes, Joe.
That was good.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's real good.
We have,
Is waive the reading of the
And this is Andy Haupt from my office. He
Hi, Andy.
pretty
How
much
you
took
doing?
care of this. In addition to me, he's also a licensed surveyor, also engineer and surveyor. So he took care of his vacation.
Okay.
Did I hear you say we need to make a motion to waive the hearing?
Correct.
I
To
move
waive the reading of the legal notice.
to waive reading of the legal notice for the hearing. I
Correct.
move.
Second.
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Spillier?
Aye. Motion approved. Okay, so
Really, we're pretty much required to read the engineer's report, so Andy will open up with that.
okay.
Okay, so down here with date two.
Office of Geauga County Engineer's report, proposed vacation of Sandstone Drive,
Township Road 754, and the alteration of a portion of Rockhaven Road, Township Road 106, and the alteration of a portion of Y Road, Township Road 107. Sandstone Drive, Township Road 754, from Y Road to its cul-de-sac terminus, and a portion of Rockhaven Road, Township Road 106, and a portion of Y Road, Township Road 107, as depicted in, and that may or may not have been dedicated by plat, known as the Sandhill Farm Estate Subdivision, recorded in volume 13, pages 68 and 69 of the Geauga County Record of Plats, for court order for case number 80M154 in the Court of Common Pleas of Geauga County. See Appendix A, which is
the map.
The map. After further investigation, it was discovered that the roads abutting the southerly boundary of Sandhill Farm Estate Subdivision includes portions of both Y Road and Rockhaven Road. During a March 25th, 2014 Munson Township meeting, the Munson Board of Trustees discussed the vacation of Sandstone Drive as requested by Todd Peterson. On April 8th, 2014, the Munson Township Board of Trustees requested the Geauga County Board of Commissioners vacate Sandstone Drive and the 10 feet additional right-of-way along Rockhaven and Y Roads. Sandstone Drive has never been physically constructed and has never been used as a public highway for a period greater than 21 years. All public utilities retain easement rights within the right-of-way limits resulting for a road vacation first day of all lands contiguous to the proposed vacation of Sandstone Drive, portion of Rockhaven, and portion of Y Road being considered are owned by a single owner. A public viewing was held on site June 3rd, 2014 at 2 p.m. Present at the viewing were Geauga County Commissioners Blake Greer, Mary Smee, Ralph Scolari, Dave Blair, Christine Blair, Pete Selskar, Andrew Haupt, Todd Peterson, and Jim Legan. The abutting property owners were notified, and the notice of viewing was published in accordance with Ohio law. There were no concerns or objections. Based on the above facts, the Office of the County Engineer believes the vacation requested would be for the public convenience and necessity. Very life, County Engineer votes.
Probably the one notable thing on there that may or may not have caught your attention is when they created the subdivision, they created a 10-foot swath along Rockhaven and Y. You can see it hatched there. That they created that as right-of-way. Almost, it doesn't say it, but almost like you would in a subdivision to create an easement for utility purposes. So as part of this, because that was part of the subdivision, that's getting vacated out too. So that might be, it's a little unusual, but you can see on your map that it was done to clear it up.
Mr. Peterson just arrived.
Okay. Hi, Todd.
Hey.
Oops, public hearing for it. Don't know if you had any comments. We just read the report. So.
Well, when you remove this 10-foot easement, it just reverts back to the easement that's for Y and Rockhaven, right?
The
It's, I mean,
60-foot
it's
normal
like
right-of-ways there now.
60
Right.
feet or from 30 feet either way from the
Correct.
center line or
Correct.
whatever it is?
It puts it back to how it was before the subdivision was created.
All right, it just takes
Yes.
it back to, okay,
Yes.
all right. I don't have any questions.
No questions.
Yeah, I think it makes sense. It's simple. So if we wanted
There's no
to
public
close the.
I don't see any hands.
So closed it to 10:20.
All right, the next one is, this is the first of the two. This is the county engineer's office is requesting the board approve and execute resolution number 14-095 to proceed with the vacation of Sandstone Drive TR 754, the alteration of a portion of Rockhaven Road TR 106, and the alteration of a portion of Y Road TR 107 in Munson Township.
I'll move.
Second?
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Spillier?
Aye, motion stands approved.
The county engineer's office is requesting the board approve and execute resolution number 14-096 to order the vacation of Sandstone Drive TR 754, the alteration of a portion of Rockhaven Road TR 106, and the alteration of a portion of Y Road TR 107 in Munson Township.
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Spillier?
Aye, motion approved.
Excellent, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
There's one of them. Go with the notes, so we'll just stick this in.
How are you?
How are you?
Hi, Dan. How are you?
Coming around?
Yeah.
How are you, sir?
Yeah, I just noticed something, Dan.
What's that?
Where's your dog?
Oh, my dog is, has a sick day today. She's at the.
Oh, okay.
He's at the vet getting her teeth cleaned. And that's,
Oh, okay.
we got to look. It's amazing how you miss your old buddy. I've actually filled her water bowl in the office and she's not there. Yeah. You get in habits. You get in habits, so.
All right.
Good.
So we've got,
We're here today. It's time to make application again for our victims advocate through the Ohio Victims of Crime Act. The victims advocate is a position we've had for longer than I've been sheriff. It's Tracy Jordan performs in that function. When persons are victims of crime, often a lot comes at them very quickly. Crimes can be a home burglary. Crimes can be obviously being the tragic loss of someone from an accident, etc. Someone to work with them, help them navigate through the various tasks and things that need to be done. Often help from everything from working with a funeral home to insurance to Victims of Crime Act for compensation, explaining the process, what the deputies are doing, etc. So we perform this function. She performs this not just for the sheriff's office, but we make her available throughout the county. So the police departments, she's even used by state patrol. And even sometimes on fire departments have used her, you know, perhaps technically not a crime, but again, loss due to fire can be devastating. What do I do tonight? Where do I go? How do I help with things? So,
fair enough. Okay, number 19 then, we can.
The Sheriff's Office is requesting the Board approve and authorize the President of the Board to execute the 2014 through 2015 Victims of Crime Act, VOCA, and State Victim Advocacy Act, SVAA, grant application, VOCA history, general guidelines, certification, and assurances forms for the Sheriff's Office Victim Services Program.
Make that motion.
Second?
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Spillier?
Aye, motion stands approved.
thank you. Thank you very much.
Have a good day.
Take care now.
In the Transit Department?
Morning, Mike.
Number 20 on the docket, Transit's here today to ask for approval of a name change on our billing. Basically, the two companies that we contract with for maintenance and software updates are the Trapeze Corporation, which is our dispatching software corporation, and the Fair Logistics Corporation, which is our farebox, electronic farebox. They were two separate companies. Since that time, since we've entered those agreements, the two companies have merged, and now all of our billing and or updates and correspondence, instead of being either from Trapeze or Fair Logistics, will all come out of the name Trapeze.
Trapeze is the merged name?
Yes.
So nothing as far as dollars and cents and services, all,
It's just a billing name change and
Okay.
consent that I changed.
okay, if we could read 20 then?
The Transit Department is requesting the Board approve and authorize the President of the Board to execute the acknowledgement and consent for Fair Logistics Corporation to subcontract servicing obligations, invoicing, and collection of all payments to Trapeze Software Group Incorporated.
I'll make that motion.
Second?
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Spillier?
Aye, motion approved. Thank you.
Thank you, very much.
Okay, number 21 is Water Resources, Doug.
Morning.
How are you, Doug?
Good. All right. First one is the summer help. Things are all very true. And we're using him for all our wastewater treatment plants, water plants, for lawn cutting, for painting buildings, and whatnot, whatever they need over the next 3 months.
All right. If we could read 21.
Department of Water Resources is requesting the board approve hiring Robert Trout for the position of summer help number 0101 at a rate of $8.25 per hour to be effective June 16, 2015 to September 30, 2014.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Spillier?
Motion approved.
Next one is, we posted internally for the standard, I think, 10 days for the union contract, and Michael Siebert applied for the operator 3 license, and we're prepared to give him the award of it.
Read number 22.
The Department of Water Resources is requesting the board promote Michael Siebert to the position of Water Wastewater Operator 3, number 2312, to be effective June 9, 2014, at a rate of $21.68 per hour with a 180-day probationary period.
Make that motion. Second.
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Spillier?
Aye. Motion approved. So Doug, on that, will we still have him as electrician? So he'll be able to kind of do both roles?
Correct. He's actually training Keith Baker.
Yeah.
He's side by side there, so then hopefully Keith can get his license in the next couple of years here, because we don't know how long Mike's going to be here.
Yeah.
He'll be doing both, but I'm guessing he'll be 50-50 whenever Dave needs somebody doing operator route. Especially since he has a class 3.
Yeah. Very good.
Next one, just a super thing, back a month or two ago, operators went down to take their test, and we had 3 wastewater maintenance people pass their operator license and 1 water pass. So this will be the first time we've ever had excess operators available to be used at any time. We've always been a shortage. So we're going to post internally for 5 positions, or just as per the union contract. Yeah. The first ever, yeah, it's great.
I think we've been keeping some people longer too. That's probably the,
It's helping.
yeah.
It's helping a lot.
Okay, if we could read 23.
The Department of Water Resources is requesting the board grant permission to advertise internally for 5 positions of Water Wastewater Operator 1, number 2326, for a period of 10 days in accordance with Article 17 of the union contract.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner Spillier?
Aye. Motion approved.
And then that last one here is a service contract with USA Insulation to put some insulation in our infirmary lab. It's an amount of $11,964.40. They did get a couple of people to come to get quotes for the price in this. And actually after this past cold winter, there were so many icicles in that whole group that they realized how bad it really was.
They didn't have anything in there, or just
No.
wasn't enough?
There really wasn't. I mean,
Anything in there from get-go?
So this winter really showed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Okay, if we could read 24.
The Department of Water Resources is requesting the board approve and execute a service contract agreement with USA Insulation to insulate the attic at the Infirmary 3 Laboratory for the year 2014 in an amount not to exceed $11,964.40.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Commissioner Rea?
Aye.
Commissioner
Aye.
Spillier?
Motion approved.
Thank you.
Thank you, Doug. Acknowledgements is monthly financial report from the County Building Department for 2014 in May. The Doug Wergen report filed. Geauga County Board of Developmental Disabilities Board Minutes for April 16, 2014. Monthly inventory report, consolidated investment portfolio and obligations and security monthly reports filed by the Treasurer's Office for Geauga County for the month of April 2014, pursuant to the Ohio Revised Code. What we've got scheduled for meetings is the Planning Commission is on the 10th, 7 p.m. On the 11th, we have training for the Prairie Nuclear Power Plant exercises at 8:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. DES, and the agenda's been emailed to everybody. On the 12th, the commissioners will hold a regular session and will include a presentation update by the Agricultural Society, a presentation by RC&D Western Reserve Resource Conservation and Development Council, and presentations by Community Development Block Grant Allocation applicants. Dave, do you want to explain that one?
The block grant out,
What, this Western Reserve Resource
Oh.
Conservation?
that's just a group, RC&D, that promotes conservation, and they wanted to give you guys an update on what they're doing. They're probably looking for some sort of support on this board, so they asked for a little time on the board.
I'm gonna add to that too,
Yeah.
is they're the ones that also work with the Envirothon teams for the
Oh,
county
yeah.
soil and water. And, I'm currently working with them to get resolutions ready to go for the teams from Geauga County, that went to the competition. Chardon
That's the
Team
school.
Red,
Yeah,
Chardon Team
school
Red
team.
has actually went to state. They're competing this week. So we're waiting to see where, they end up, with the competition, whether they'll go on from there. So that might be something else that'll happen on Thursday.
And on the 13th, we have NOACA, Finance and Audit, 8:30 a.m., Governance at 9:30, and the Executive at 10:30. Family First Council, 2 p.m., and Mental Health. Geauga Growth Partnership Annual Meeting, 7:30 at Fowler's Mills Golf Club. On the 17th, we'll hold a regular session, and we'll also be discussing at 10:30 for a public hearing of the CDBG allocation neighborhood revitalization applications. On the 17th, we also have a Portage Geauga Juvenile Detention Center here in Portage County at 3. I believe the email was at 3:30.
Well, there's one at the 3 o'clock is the hearing, and then following that is the
Regular
there's a
meeting.
meeting.
Okay.
They're doing 2.
So 3 and 3:30 then, okay. Then on the 23rd, we've got Board of Revision, 9 a.m. at the auditor's office. Blake, do you want to handle that?
If you can't make it.
Okay. So on the 23rd, then we'll have the Board of Revision with Blake at 9 a.m. On the 24th, we have an Investment Advisory Board, 9:45 a.m. here in the Commissioners' Chambers. The 24th, we have the Commissioners will hold a regular session and will include a public hearing at 10:30 a.m. for the Geauga County 2015 tax budget. And then on the 25th, we've got the nuclear power plant exercise at Quail Hollow. And then on the 26th, the Commissioners will hold a regular session beginning at 6:30 p.m. And that night, we're going to have, I believe Mary has,
No, that's
No,
for
that's
July.
oh, it's for July.
That's for
July.
July.
Do you have anything?
I do.
You do, okay.
On Thursday, there will be a request coming from DES to come in and discuss the mitigation plan
Oh,
that
excellent.
evening
Excellent.
at 6:30.
Mhm.
Okay, so then it's the 17th, if I'm not mistaken, then of, or
24th
20,
July.
okay, so then we'll have no academic for that.
I have one more question for you. The state auditor's office needs to schedule a meeting to do the post-audit meeting with you. And they're unavailable on the 25th, and so are we. So they're asking about Thursday, the 26th, during the day, if possible. Because we know that the evening meeting starts at 6:30, but they want to know if they can come in and do a meeting with you on Thursday during the day.
Can they
At what
move it to
time?
next Tuesday? We could do it directly after the meeting?
So the 17th,
Yeah,
I don't know if they'll be finished or not.
okay.
They were asking for
How about if we,
those days.
okay,
Do you want me to see if maybe the 1st?
yeah, that would be a
July
little
1st?
easier, yeah,
Okay, I will ask them and,
okay.
Question.
Yeah.
The 12th meeting, that's a day meeting?
The 12th?
yes.
Just wanted to verify that.
Yeah.
And then I have one other comment or question for you. Each of the commissioners is going to receive, and Dave, you're going to receive it to the commissioner's mailbox.
I already forwarded it. From 9:30 this morning?
Yes.
Yeah,
So
I already
it's a-
forwarded it to
It's
them.
the third formal request that I've made to NOACA to be able to make a presentation. They've asked me to make a formal request. That's the third time I made the formal request. And so the question for you is, and you'll see in the response that I commented that I was going to vet that presentation by the commissioners. Ralph, first by you, because you're the person I
Right.
represent, and then by the commissioners as a whole. I don't feel I have to vet that presentation by NOACA. It's not their place to vet what we say, but it is the responsibility of the commissioners here to be able to vet that. So I'm going to ask you what process you want to follow. I'll get you a copy of what I'm thinking, and then we can start that as a starting point. I'm not sure if we want to waste everybody's time with it out in open meeting, if there's another option for that. I just don't know what your thought is in terms of dealing with that. So I'm not looking for an immediate response, so
Right,
you can think about it.
I don't understand, I mean, my understanding was is that this was going to, the last conversation that that we had here with you and Commissioner Samiti was that was a done deal, that she was going to do whatever she had to do to get that presentation done, and that I thought that we had pretty much locked that down, that she had finished to, you know, to solidify this, that you were presenting. So it's just news to me now that you're not. I wish Mary was here and ask her, because my last understanding was that she had this done. So I'm at a loss right now, because I thought it was finished.
Apparently, it's supposed to go through the executive committee for approval. I will be at the executive committee meeting on Friday. I've asked them for time on their agenda. Whether or not they give me the time, I don't know. That's where it stands. I mean, I can't speak to that. I thought it was kind of a done deal myself, but you know, I could portray this in a negative way. I'm not going to. It is where it is. And so, again, I want to be open with you guys. I'm not trying to pull anything here. I want you to see clearly what is going to happen. And I've actually, right now, I'm looking or talking to some quote-unquote experts in the field who will have the opportunity to maybe come with me, and who might have a little bit more credibility. I am certainly outspoken and opinionated, and I have a lot of thoughts on this, but there's enough weakness in their study that I think bringing in some experts to point that out might help us.
Yeah, I forwarded you over the schedules and all that this morning too. I don't know if you got a chance to see that.
Yeah, I'm on their email list, so generally I
Okay.
get their schedule and stuff. I appreciate you doing that, because sometimes they don't
Right.
include me. So for whatever it's worth, you can discuss that between yourselves, whatever approach you'd like to follow. If you want to see the presentation, not see the presentations, I can bring it into public session, whatever you'd like to do.
From my standpoint, I'd like to, I don't want to necessarily have a formal presentation or anything, but I'd like to have at least an outline or an overview of what it is, because if something happens there that's positive, negative, whatever, I'm liable to get a call, and what do you think? And I have no problem looking on it, kind of silly, but I'd rather not do that, so I'd like to have a little heads up on it, if you don't mind.
Not a problem. And to your point, I mean, my intent is not to go in there and create controversy. It is simply to bring up the study that NIASC has created. I mean, I'm just reading the 4-volume, I think it's 4-volume completed findings. And the findings are not, as I'm starting to read it, I mean, they've had multiple findings, multiple variations, multiple iterations. This recent finding makes it sound like this is all HUD related. And so this is really a HUD study based on housing versus a regional study, which was not what they were portraying it to be. My biggest concern right along has been that they've not portrayed this as it really is. So
The focus of this is on the NIASC thing, the thing we had to petition and sign the
Right.
petition for. That's the crux of the presentation, complaint, the concern, whatever you want to.
Well, what they've been saying right along, like for whatever it's worth, and I don't want to go on and on in this meeting, take up everybody's time with it, but what they've been saying from the beginning, and I was a commissioner at the time and attended a Spires meeting in Ashtabula to discover what this was, where they were going with all this. And they were telling the public, this is a regional study by the people in northeastern Ohio for the people in northeastern Ohio. In that meeting, it was clear that it was not what they were portraying it to be, because HUD was steering the boat. This is a HUD grant. When you take federal dollars, the federal government wants to steer where you're going. I didn't know how strongly HUD was steering the boat. This study makes it look like they were really steering the boat. This is a HUD study with HUD analysis. There's clear discrimination in the region, and HUD wants to clear up that discrimination. They want to clear up the disparity of income. Those are the kinds of wording, verbiage that I'm seeing in the results. So the outcomes or the findings or the results of that will be an effort on their part to clear up that disparity. There's all kinds of things related to that we could talk about, but they have always portrayed this as being a more than a HUD study. It's supposed to be roads and all kinds of business development and all this kind of nonsense. It's not appearing that way. So anyway, whatever it's worth. I got some concerns, and I'll show those to you.
Yeah, I just, like anybody else, I don't wanna be blindsided by something that
Yep.
may be innocent, but I don't know what.
Yeah, I don't want to blindside you either, but I'll
I
do
mean,
whatever I need
it's
to do. And you and I can set some time.
And
up.
and when it deals with the NEOSC, we all agreed that we were not in philosophical agreement with the whole thing, right?
Right.
Well, I'll give you another heads up. I attended a large forum. It was 300 to 400 elected officials last Friday. They brought in a guy out of an organization, go look it up on the internet, called Building One America. Building One America created a Ohio division called Building One Ohio. There's a Cleveland State University professor who's the head of that organization. Building One America was started by the mentor to Barack Obama, who was his mentor in community organizing. That's all on their website. You can see that for yourself, because they don't hide that, it's there. And so the tone of the conversation had to do with our transportation bill. The reason this is important is because there's a new bill to replace MAP 21 that governs NOACA. It's right now in Congress. It's called Growing America. I love the names that they pick. Growing America, if you read inside of Growing America, it's not about roads and bridges. It's about a whole bunch of other stuff in addition to that. This organization, which is left-wing to be kind, is promoting using that transportation law, NOACA is governed by this transportation law, to create a whole, to create an agent within our state to operate for the federal government to push agenda. And so they were there pushing, support this law, because we want to push all, we want to create an organization that can solve the disparity of income, that can solve business development, that can put in goods, roads, and bridges, that can do all these things. Steve Lott-Tourette was there as a featured speaker, and by the way, I recorded all of it. I recorded all the speakers and Steve Lott-Tourette, so you can hear and see what they had to say there. But I bring that up as just a sideline. There is an effort here, and NOACA is part of this effort, to push this agenda. You may like it, you may not like it, I don't know, but it is an opportunity for us to speak out to our congressmen and indicate our support or lack thereof. If we don't do that, this law is going to pass. So anyway, that's a side note. I appreciate your time.
Thank you. Move to adjourn? Second. I move to adjourn. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see your hand, that's very Tom.
Question, I guess this is going to be to Ralph, because I don't think you were on the board at the time. I'm playing the Wayback Machine. April, about a year ago, you were visiting the retire-rehire issue, and along those lines, 9:30 this morning, there was a hearing at the 10th District Court of Appeals. There was a voice argument on the age discrimination issue, which was the issue that came into play that we're waiting for Jim Blaze on. Is the board planning on doing anything with the retire-rehire in the near future? I'm thinking in lines of getting policy in place.
Did they make a decision this
The
morning?
decision, actually, there have been several decisions made across the country in several different courts, because this particular one with the ODNR is not the only one. There's several of them with Canton and the 5th District Court of Appeals. But every one of them, it seems to be, it's a case of age discrimination, and it's a case that where the entities that were involved never had a policy in place when they tried to enforce retire-rehire without a policy, and without a policy, age discrimination.
Yeah, and I guess not to cut you off, but I see Laura LaChapelle is here today.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I've been just waiting for that decision to, I've checked up on it a couple times, and it's still been, I believe the name is Warden, and so I've been waiting for that to just, that's kind of been the, piece of the puzzle that we've been waiting for to see what was going to come out of that. And I've asked a couple times, and it's still nothing posted on the decision. So if that's something that happened this morning, that's we've been pretty much waiting for that to conclude, to move forward, in hopes that I could get support on the board to be able to put something in place for that. So I don't know do you have any updates on it, Laura, that you
I
want?
can talk to Jim, that's not a problem.
Okay.
Ralph.
Okay,
And with the oral arguments today, it shouldn't be long before they have the decision.
okay. So, yeah, I appreciate that, because I've been trying to, log in, and it's still nothing, so that's, I didn't realize that was,
It's been so long that we had Glenn Miller sitting over here at the time.
yeah,
Wow.
It-
He retired.
It takes a while sometimes.
I
yeah.
thought his plane went down over the.
No, that was a different.
Oh, that was a different Glenn
That was
Miller?
a-
Oh,
the guy
okay.
I think played in
I
this.
thought his plane went down in World War II.
You're showing your age there, Blake.
But, yeah, so, I definitely, and I haven't lost focus on that, I agree with it 100%, I don't agree with it 100%, so, yeah, as soon as something gets finalized, I have no issues at all, bringing that back to light and trying to get something so that we could at least, set some form of an example, and hopefully other agencies in other counties will follow suit, so. But,
Okay, thank you.
yeah, no, thank you, that's great. All right.
I'll remove.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Doesn't show up.
Somebody hit the playground.
Hey, Joe.
There you go, kid.
Yeah.